I'm going to be taking you through a routine that's going to be really beneficial for the back, helping to ease out any sort of discomfort, any tightness that you might have. If you do have anything going on with the lower back at all, please consult with your doctor before doing any of these poses. To start, we're going to need a yoga mat and a couple of blocks if you have them. If you don't have any blocks at home, you can use some heavy books, you can use some cushions and some blankets, whatever works better for you. So we're going to make a start coming to our backs whenever you're ready. We're going to use our block. Again, if you don't have a block, you can use your books or you can use your cushion or rolled up blankets. And I want you to bring the feet so that they're hip width apart, heels down onto the mat, walking them in slightly towards you, spreading through your toes. As you do that, just take a moment, place your block to one side, just place one hand onto the heart, one hand onto the belly. Take a deep breath in. As you bring that breath up into your heart space, and then exhale as you release it down to the belly, letting go of the breath. One more as we inhale, and exhale, just letting go of all tension, taking the hands up beside you. Notice how you feel in the body, how you feel in the shoulders, the neck, how you feel in the hips. So maybe just take the legs side to side. Notice if there's any tightness in your body here at all, any tightness in the hips. Then as you slowly come back to stillness, spread through all 10 toes and press down through your heels. As you do that, lift in the hips, you're going to take a hold of your block, and this is going to want to come underneath the sacrum. So the sacrum is the flat surface below the back and just on above the glutes. So the little flat part here. So you want to rest onto it. It should feel quite comfortable. I advise having the block onto the lower setting to begin with, just seeing how you find it. If you do want to take it deeper, you can put it onto a higher setting as well. Bringing your hands down beside you, palms facing up. Just let all the weight of your body rest onto your block here. So you just take a few deep breaths, closing the eyes. Big breaths in. Just make an audible exhale, so you just let go of any tension. Deep breath in, draw the breath up, and then release as you exhale, letting go of the breath. Walk the feet forwards. If you can, see if you can get the legs completely straight, if that feels okay. Bringing the arms up overhead, reach the fingertips to the back of the room. Wiggle through the toes, and just breathe here. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Walking the feet back in towards you, bring the arms back beside you, and see if you can bring the right knee in, and maybe you can reach the heel up towards the ceiling. And if you can, you'll bring your left knee in and reach the left heel up as you reach the toes back. Keep reaching through the heels, so you're getting that stretch along the backs of the legs here as well. So we come into a supported shoulder stand. Circle around the ankles a couple of times, just get a little movement here, wriggle the toes. And again, just focus on that breath, really helping the body to relax, helping the mind to calm down. Slowly bring one knee in and then the other as you place the feet back onto your mat. Take your block over to one side, lower all the way down, and bring both knees in towards you as you rock it out now side to side. Just continue to breathe as you take it left to right to left. As you give your lower back a nice little massage here. Bringing your feet onto your mat, you're going to lift the hips up once more, and this time take your hips over to the left. As you bring the knees in, lower them down to the right, and bring your hands out either side of you as you look over your left shoulder. So you're getting this really nice twist. And these twists are so beneficial for you to come into when we think about our back health. And slowly walk the feet back up. As we lift the hips, take the hips over to the right, knees come in towards the chest. As we lower knees down to the left. Bring our gaze over to our right shoulder now. And then slowly walking the feet back in, hips back to center. You're going to bring your knees back in towards you once more. Let's rock it forwards and backwards as we bring ourselves all the way up to seated. And just come into a comfortable cross-legged position. It doesn't matter if your feet are a little further forward, whatever feels good. If you want to sit onto a rolled up blanket, you can do as well. And just sort of bring the fingertips beside you as you take an inhale, lift the chest, turn your gaze up. As we exhale, turn your gaze to the right and bring your chin down towards your right shoulder. Roll the chin down towards the chest. Look all the way up towards your left shoulder. Get that stretch down your right neck. Coming back round to center. Inhale, bring the left arm up all the way over as you place your right palm down, bend the right elbow. And keep your left sit bone down as you get this stretch down the left line of the body. Keep reaching your left fingertips. Breathe into the ribs. Exhale it out. Inhale, bring that left arm back up. Place the hand down beside you as you bring your right arm up this time. Reach your fingertips all the way up and over. Breathe deep into those ribs. And just wherever feels comfortable for your gaze. If it feels better looking down, you can, or straight ahead. Whatever feels good for you, bring it all the way back up. Inhale, bring both arms up this time as we interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up, get that lovely stretch. Big inhale. As we exhale, lean it over to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the left. And slowly releasing the arms. Bringing the hands down beside you, just roll through the shoulders. We're going to do one more stretch here with the fingertips beside, lift up the chest. Sit up nice and tall and feel like you're being pulled up from the crown of the head. As you exhale, you're going to lean it forward and try to stretch the toes back towards the ankles so that your feet are switched on and active. As you press the feet down into the mat. Keep the back long as you lean forward. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep the back straight, and then maybe you can bring the hands forward. Notice how I'm not dumping my body into this rounded position as I collapse the neck. I want to stay upright and long, so I keep this length in the spine as I take this fold. Walking the hands back in, we're going to switch legs. So if your right leg was in front, switch it so that the left leg is in front. Again, sit up really nice and tall as you take a big breath in. And as we breathe it out, walk the hands forward as we take it down into our fold. Keeping the spine nice and long, breathe in here. Walking the hands in, really nice everybody. Let's make our way over now into a tabletop position. So tabletop, you want to have your wrists underneath the shoulders and spread through the fingers as we grip into the mat. Keep the knees hip width apart and draw the tummy in. As we just take our gaze in between the hands here, we're going to do a pose which a friend of mine calls wagging the tail on the dog, wag the doggy. So you're going to take your hips over to the right, look over to your right hand, and then shake it out to the left. And keep going with this action here, just noticing how it feels in the back. You can do it as quick or as slow as it feels good for you. And then when your hips come over to the left, stay here. Come up onto the fingertips, walk your fingertips forward, and take your hips down to your left heel as you stretch here. And then slowly circle around to the right as you come up to center. And exhale back down to the left heel. Really push your fingertips down to feel this length. Bring it back around as we circle up. And then we're going to take it the other side. So bring it down towards your right heel this time as you lower. Circle round to the left, bring it through as we come up to center. Back over to the right. Press it down. And then come all the way back up. Really nice. Press down through your palms back into your tabletop pose. As we inhale, lift the heart and chest for your cow pose. This pose is really nice for the back. And then exhale for your cat pose. So drawing the tummy up towards the spine, chin to chest. So this little combination here as we breathe in, lifting the chest forward, lifting the tailbone. When we combine it with the exhale into cat, it's really beneficial just to support the movement in the spine. And we'll just do one more here, one more exhale. One more inhale as we come back to our center. And then you can either do this without the block. I'm going to demonstrate with the block if you've got one at home. Taking your block, move it forward. Bring your hands onto the block and see if you can bring your chest down in between the arms here. If this is too much, you can bring your hands off of the block and you can bring your forehead onto the mat, or you can bring your chest to the mat or the chin to the mat. So whichever version feels good for you, you're just going to hold it here for 2 more breaths. And slowly bring it back up, really nice. Just rock it out, any movement that you need to do. There's quite a deep stretch here. Then pressing down through your right hand as you inhale, bring the left arm up. Now you don't want to just cheat and just throw the arm up here. This movement wants to be, you want to feel that twist from the spine. So as you inhale, slowly bring that left arm up. Open the chest up and turn your gaze towards the ceiling. If you can, bring your left hand behind the head, so then you're not using the momentum of the arm to get you there. So that you're really moving here. So then as we exhale, bring the left elbow underneath the right arm. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. We're going to do one more here as we exhale to round. Inhale as we open, bring it back up. Release the left arm up. We're going to circle around the hands. Open and close the hands a few times. And then bring the left hand down. We're going to do that with the right side. So inhale, slowly twist to get the right arm up. Now notice how I'm trying to open my chest towards the sky. Squeezing my shoulders towards the midline, towards the spine. Bring your right hand behind the head as we exhale to round. Little bend in the left elbow as our right elbow comes under. Inhale to open the chest, bring it up. Exhale as we round. Last time on the inhale, really open. And then exhale as we round. Bring your right hand down, let's walk the hands forward. We're going to come all the way onto our belly. So bring your blocks out in front of you. And we're going to come into a pose known as Sphinx pose. So press down through the tops of the feet. And as you press down through the pinky toes and the big toe, you're going to notice that your knees will lift as you engage the legs. Little engagement in the glutes, so we're taking it out of the lower back here. As you stack the elbows underneath the shoulders, palms down. And rather than lifting your head up so you're getting this clenching and tightness in the neck, just bring your gaze to a comfortable position. As you open the chest, broaden along the collarbones. And breathe. Exhale, slowly bring it down. And we're going to slide the hands back so that you've got the wrists underneath the elbows here and you're squeezing the elbows in together. Keep your gaze down towards your mat so that your crown of the head is in line with the back of the neck. So you've got this straight line here. So you don't want this reaching up action, bending in the neck. As you squeeze the elbows in towards the ribs, lifting the knees, inhale. Find that lift, but use the strength in your back to peel your body up. If you can, maybe you can hover the hands off of the mat, hold it here. Bring the hands down, slowly lower back down. We're going to do that again. Inhale as we lift, hover the hands. This time bringing the hands down, just look over to your left. Look over to your right. Bring it back down. You're going to tuck your toes under, push back up into tabletop, walk the hands forward, pressing down through the fingertips, pressing down through the finger knuckles. Let's take it up into our first downward dog. And let's just nod our head yes, shake our head no, just shaking out any tension here. Pedal through the legs. And draw your tummy all the way up and in. So if you have a little peek down underneath, you shouldn't be able to see your belly. As you have a little bend in the knees, take those hips up. And just a couple of breaths here. Walk your left foot in towards the right foot, lift your right leg up, bend in the knee. Let's take our right foot over to the left as we open the hip here. Now if this is too much for you, you can skip it. This is going to involve a lot of balancing. You can circle the ankle. But we're getting a nice stretch in the psoas muscle, which is a muscle that supports the hip. So it's one of our hip flexor muscles. And when this is tight, it can pull on the lower back here. So that's why we want to keep it nice and stretched. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Reach it all the way forward, hold. Remember, strong core helps to support the back. And then place your right foot down inside of the right wrist as you lower down the left knee. And now you can either have the back toes tucked or untucked, yogi's choice. As you inhale, bringing the arms up. Interlace the thumbs as you feel like you're trying to pull the thumbs apart. Feel your shoulder blades spread across the back. And then you're going to bring your right hip back a fraction, left hip forward, breathe. From here, see if you can bring your right hand over onto your right thigh. As you reach your left arm over to the right. Now we're getting this nice stretch along the left line of the body. Slowly bring your left hand back around. You're going to place your left hand down, tuck your left toes under, lift the left knee, and reach your right arm up towards the sky. Again, we're adding in that really nice gentle twist here. Bring your right hand down. Step your left foot to the top of the mat next to your right. And spread through all 10 toes, rooting down as we inhale, lift the chest. Coming into your half lift, your gazing pose. Little bend in the knees as we exhale, pull ourselves back down into a fold. Relax the neck. Again, if you can, maybe you want to shake out any tension here. Inhale, lifting the chest. Take your arms out beside you, press down through the feet. Reach it all the way up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. As we exhale, take it down into your fold, little bend in the knees, and find that fold coming from the hips. So you're not crunching the back, you're really bringing it down. Walk your hands over to the left if that feels okay. Relax the neck. Walk the hands over to the right. Bringing your hands back to center, we're going to step the feet back into our plank position. Hold it here. Lower the knees as we exhale, lower all the way down onto your mat. Press down through the tops of the feet. Feel that engagement in the glutes as you lift the chest. This time, see if you can reach the arms back. Maybe you can interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders together. Lift the chest even higher. And then release, bring the hands down. Lower all the way back down. Tuck your toes under, bring it back up. And into your downward dog. We're going to come onto the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bending the knee if you can, reach it over to the right. Circle the ankle a couple of times. Breathe in here. And as we exhale, circle that knee back around in towards the chest. Hold it here. And place the foot down inside of the left wrist as we lower down the right knee. Again, toes can be tucked or untucked, yogi's choice. As we inhale, arms come up. Cross the thumbs as we lift the chest. Breathe in here. Draw the tummy in. Release the left hand so you can place it onto your left thigh. Reach your right arm over. Breathe in here. Right arm comes back around. From here, placing the hands down, you're going to tuck your right toes under. Lift the right knee, see if you can reach your left arm up, coming into that twist. Really breathing in here. We're going to bring the left hand down. We're going to step our right foot to the top of our mats. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale as we fold. Inhale to lift the chest. Bring your arms out beside you, press down through the heels. Feel that lift coming from the glutes as you come all the way up, reaching the arms up. Big inhale. This time, see if you can interlace the fingers as you turn the palms up towards the sky. As we exhale, drawing the tummy in. See if you can take a little twist to the left. Little twist to the right. Hip bones stay facing forward and then release. Let's shake out the feet. From here, as we inhale, throw your right arm over to the left. I'll show you this side. So you're going to have your feet a little wider than hip width. Spin onto the ball of your right foot. You throw your right arm up and then throw your left. So you're just going from side to side here. And we're just shaking out any stuck tension, stuck energy left in the body. Just a couple more now. And then release, shaking out the wrists, rolling through the feet and the ankles. Inhale once more, bringing the arms up. Exhale, take it all the way back down into your fold, relaxing the neck. Inhale, lifting the chest. Really nice as we press down through the hands, step your right foot back and then your left foot as we come into our plank position. Hold it here. Now see if you can come onto the forearms. As you hold it here and really think about breathing. If you need to, you can bring the knees down. Stay strong. And then as you lower down the knees, you're going to rock it back and you're just going to roll around through the hips. Take it side to side. And then take your knees really wide. So your right knee to the right edge of the mat, foot comes in. Left knee, left edge of the mat, foot comes in. And bring it all the way back into a wide child's pose. So you bring the forehead onto your mat. And you can just rock it side to side here so you get a little breather. This is a really nice pose for you to come into. If you do get any lower back pain here and you feel like you need a little stretch, really press down through the hands as you take your sit bones back onto the heels. From here, walk your hands over to the left edge of the mat as you bring your forehead in between and try to press your right sit bone down towards the right heel. Walk your right hand over to the right edge of the mat, bring your left hand across, forehead in between, and push your left sit bone down towards the left heel. Walking the hands back to centre. As we inhale, let's bring it all the way up. As you slowly bring the knees back in together, just take a moment to breathe here. Noticing how the body feels. Inhale, bringing the arms all the way up, bring the palms together. Exhale, twist to the left, twist as deeply as you can as you bring the right hand to the left thigh, bring your left hand behind you. See if you can look over your left shoulder. If this position on the legs doesn't feel comfortable, you can do this in a cross-legged position too. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale to the right, left hand to the right thigh, bring your right hand behind you. Open the chest, look over your right shoulder. And then inhale to bring the arms up. Bringing your hands down beside you. Now let's take the legs out in front as we roll around the feet. Sitting up nice and tall, have your feet active. You can have a bend in the knees if you need to. And if you know that you're very tight in the hamstrings and the back, and coming into your forward fold isn't available to you that easily, you can either come to sit onto a block or a cushion, or you can do this lying down on your back. If you have a strap, you can tie a strap around your feet on your back and come into it. We're going to do it seated, so toes reaching up. Inhale, lift the chest, keep your fingertips beside you. I want you to try and keep your back straight like we did before. Have a bend in the knees to begin with. Lean it forward, keep reaching forward. So again, we've got a straight line of energy along the back, and then slowly, maybe you can bring your hands forward, and then maybe you can straighten one leg and then the other. As we come into our fold, breathe in here. As we inhale, slowly bring it back in. Releasing the legs. We're going to finish up on our backs as we come to lie down. Now, you can use a cushion to come to lie onto. You can lie straight onto your back. I'm going to show you something you can do with the blocks here, which is actually quite a nice pose for you to come into. What we'll do is we'll just have one block on the middle setting, one block on the lower setting, and you're going to come to lie onto it. So you want to have it so that your shoulders, so that your head comes onto one of the blocks, and then your shoulders just hang over the other block. Shouldn't feel uncomfortable. It's also, if it does, you can just adjust it. If it is too much, you can just do it with a cushion. And then take your feet wide, knees together to begin with. Breathe in here. And then if it feels available, bring the feet together, knees wide. As we finish on a hip opener, just to end our practice, I want you to close the eyes. And I want you to notice how your body feels here at the end of your practice today. A really gentle practice. Just being kind to our bodies, being kind to our back. As you relax the eyes, just allow the jaw and the chin to soften. Little space between the lips. So as you exhale, you gently push the breath out through the mouth. Allow your shoulders to melt away. And with every exhalation, just allow your body to relax just a little more deeply. Feeling calm, feeling centered, feeling relaxed. And just slowly bring in some awareness and movement into the fingers and the toes. Slowly bringing the knees together. Pressing down the hands beside you, you're going to slowly bring yourself all the way up to seated. Just taking the head from side to side. Roll out through the wrists. And let's bring the palms together, rubbing the palms together. Have your eyes closed if you can. You're going to gently bring the hands over the eyes. Feel that warmth, that energy radiate through you. As you gently blink the eyes open, letting just the little glimmers of light come through the creases of the fingers. So we bring hands to heart and we bow our heads in gratitude. Namaste. So thank you so much everybody for watching that video with me today. If you enjoyed that video and you'd like to watch more with me, remember to hit subscribe and then you can watch lots of tutorials from me. Thanks so much.